Good morning, dear children. In the previous videos, we have learned geography and sociology lessons. In this video, we will learn first lesson of political science part, our constitution. In this chapter, you will learn the Constituent Assembly of Constitution, the Constitution Drafting Committee and Framing of Constitution, the preamble to the Constitution, silent features of the Constitution, fundamental rights, duties and directive principles of state policy. Before going to the main topic, let me give you a brief introduction about this lesson. India had to face many problems in the beginning days of independence. Among that, first one was problems of refugees. That means rehabilitating the refugees who migrated from Pakistan to India. But how this problem has created, let me explain. On 14th August 1947, India became two parts as India and Pakistan. This incident is called Partition of India. So due to partition of India, a group of people who migrated from Pakistan to India. So providing shelter to those migrants who migrated from Pakistan to India, it was a big challenge to the Union Government of India at that time. Second problem was merger of princely states with Union of India. After independence, maximum states joined with the Union of India, but some native rulers like Nizams of Hyderabad, King of Kashmir and some other rulers, they decided to remain out of Indian Union. But after the long discussion with those rulers, finally they have agreed to join Union of India. So first two problems were successfully solved by first Home Minister of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So considering his contribution in this difficult time, he is also called Iron Man of India. After that, one more big challenge was there, that is maintaining law and order in the nation. So they realized importance of Indian Constituent Assembly and Constitution. Here are some pictures of great personalities of India. You can see from left first picture, first Home Minister of India, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. And in second picture, you can see Chief Architect of Indian Constitution, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. And in third picture, first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru. And in last picture, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who was first President of Independent India. Okay, let me continue the lesson. Before going to Indian Constituent Assembly, here is an important one mark question. What is Constitution? Constitution is a set of rules and regulations which guide the administration of a state. So that means Constitution is a book which consists number of articles or rules and regulations. Those rules and regulations guiding a state to rule in a proper way. Now we can go to Indian Constituent Assembly. On the recommendation of Motilal Nehru Committee, decision taken by the meeting of the National Congress at Karachi in 1939. So they decided to create Constituent Assembly in the meeting of National Congress at Karachi. So in the year of 1939, Karachi was part of India. Okay. So finally, Cabinet Commission decided to create Indian Constituent Assembly, and finally it was formed Indian Constituent Assembly with Indian members in the year of 1946. So Indian Constituent Assembly, it consists 389 members in the beginning, but after partition of India, it came down to 299, from 389 to 299. So remaining 90 members who became part of Pakistan. And among this 299, 7 members were from Mysore princely states like S. Nijalingappa, K.C. Reddy, Kingal Hanumantayya. So those were prominent members of Indian Constituent Assembly from Mysore princely states. Next topic is framing of the Constitution. As we studied that Constituent Assembly held its first meeting on 9th December 1946 and second meeting was on 11th December 1946. It's after members of Constituent Assembly, they have started to create Indian Constitution. So it was a long process. It was a very long process and it took 2 year 11 month 18 days to complete its work. That means near about 3 years. Finally, on 26th November 1949, Indian Constitution was approved by Parliament. After 2 months, on 26th January 1950, this Constitution came into force with the approval of President. So this day, every year, 26th January, we celebrate as a Republic Day for the commemoration of creation of Indian Constitution. Okay, now we can go to the next topic, drafting committee. As I told you already, Indian Constituent Assembly had totally 299 members after partition of India. So this assembly has divided into 22 committees and 5 subcommittees. Among that, drafting committee was most prominent. Its responsibility was to create rough copy of the Indian Constitution. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was the chairman of this committee along with the other 7 members. So as head of this committee, he played an important role in the creation of Indian Constitution. So he is called Chief Architect of Indian Constitution. Our next topic is Preamble to the Constitution. What is preamble? Preamble is like a introduction part of the Constitution. How a book has introduction about the book, same here, preamble is like a introduction part of the Constitution. So it speaks structure, values, principle and goals of the Constitution. This preamble part is written by first Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru on December 13, 1946. But next year, on January 22, 1947, this preamble got approved by Constituent Assembly and later on it became part of Indian Constitution. So this preamble, it describes our political system and it's a key to understand our Constitution because in introduction part only, it gives clear picture about Constitution and that's why it has been described as the jewel of the Constitution. How ornaments increase our inner beauty, so same here, preamble increase the dignity of the Constitution. One of the member of Constituent Assembly, K.M. Munshi, has referred it as a political horoscope. Horoscope means Jataka in Kannada. So every individual person has his own horoscope. So it speaks about that person. So same here, preamble play same role in the Constitution. Now we can study main preamble of the Constitution. So first line of the Constitution begins with "We the Indian citizens." That means it clearly says that Indian Constitution framed by the Indians to fulfill our dreams. So that's why first line starts with this sentence, "We the Indian citizens." Second preamble of Indian Constitution is sovereign. So preamble of the Constitution clearly says that India is a sovereign country. But what do you mean by sovereign country? When a nation is not under the control of any other countries in the world and when it is not part of any bloc and it has its own foreign policy, then it's called sovereign country. So at present India is not under the control of other any countries and it is not part of any bloc and we have our own foreign policies like non-alignment policy. Non-alignment means not supporting any bloc, staying neutrally, and we have our own 5-year plans. These are our for what we call internal and external policies. Okay, so India is a sovereign country. So second principle says that, second preamble says that India is a sovereign country. So third preamble of Indian Constitution is socialist. So third preamble says that India is a socialist country. Why? Because main aim of every socialist country is to create a social equality in the country and welfare of every citizen of the country. That is why we have borrowed directive principle of state policies from Irish Constitution through 42nd Amendment done in 1976. So this directive principle of state policy encourage land reforms and some progressive economic reforms. Through these reforms, we can establish social equality and welfare of the society. Fourth preamble is secular. So fourth preamble says that India is a secular country. Why? Because it treats every religion equally and there is no national religion in India. So the word secular has been incorporated or added in the constitution through the 42nd amendment done in 1976. So right now India is a secular country and there is no national religion and India treats every religion equally. That's why citizens have liberty to practice any religion they desire. Any religion they can practice and they can propagate because India is a secular country. All religions have equal status in. Now we are in the last preamble of the constitution, democratic republic. So fifth and last preamble says that India is a democratic republican country. So main aim of every democratic country is to secure happiness of every citizen of the nation. So problems are solved through discussion. That's why we have separate judicial system. And election is the main theme of every republican country. Through election, we can elect our representatives for a 5-year term, including first citizen of the nation. Who is first citizen of the nation? President. So president also elected by people, but it is not direct election. It is an indirect election. So our representatives will elect a president of the nation. So here in democratic republican country, people enjoy their sovereign power. That's why political parties are called pillars of the democracy and citizen or people of the nation, they are called supreme power. Okay, so this is about 5 principles of preamble of the constitution. So remaining topics, fundamental silent features of Indian constitution, then fundamental rights, duties and directive principle of state policy we can study in the next part.